Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Breakfast Stream here on a beautiful Tuesday morning.
Yes.
This stream is not in any way sponsored by Little Debbie's Oatmeal Cream Pie Cereal
/ Kellogg's.
/ Kellogg's. But I do have some, and I'm gonna try it. And I'm gonna do that first thing. My first thought is that the cereal's kind of big. These are kind of large.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little bigger in diameter than a Cheerio, but they're thick, man. That first one was sweet.
Stephen really likes oatmeal cream pies.
It's true. I've
And
always
when we
been
were
a
in
huge
Florida,
fan of them.
We saw them in Walmart. And I was like, oh, look. And we get home, and Stephen's mom has dropped us off a box of them when they were feeding Kepler.
A box of the cereal.
Yeah. How did I just clean these and then immediately smudge them?
You're bad at glasses. So this tastes
Very sweet. It is mostly sugar.
It's very sweet. I'm trying to I don't know. It does taste faintly like an oatmeal cream pie.
But it's mostly just sugar.
It has a taste though. Have another dry
Let me have some with milk.
Okay. Or have a dry one or something.
I had a dry one.
It reminds me of something, but I can't quite place what it reminds me of.
Coffee.
Maybe you can help.
Milk makes it more like an oatmeal cream pie.
Then when it's dry?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it reminds me of Cookie Crisp.
Mmm. Chaz, don't tempt me.
Do we have any?
No.
I didn't think so.
No, but I mean, I could get some. I don't feel like that would taste very good. I just cut up a real oatmeal cream pie and I put it in milk. Breakfast.
They're so soft, they would fall apart.
I mean, they're thicker than, cereal. So it would, probably hold together for a little bit. It wouldn't be, real cut. It would be a little cut up, you know? Thomas, I left a meeting real quick to know how the cereal is. Please tell me. It tastes faintly like oatmeal cream pies. It is extremely sweet. It is very, very sweet. That's mostly what it's got going for it.
Thanks, Thomas.
Other cereals have got other redeeming qualities. This is basically just sugar.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Kepler. Do you want some cereal? He's sniffing the box.
Yeah. I don't really have another cereal to compare it to, though. Mouse said Cookie Crisp. And I haven't had Cookie Crisp.
Those are puffier than that. The insides aren't as dense, I feel like.
Yeah, these are
There's some density in the inside of that. Chess says, cut out the middleman, put sugar cubes in milk. Good morning, Kepler.
The funny thing is, I went a long time without actually eating cereal for a while. Like, I only started getting cereal in the last few months again.
Hi, darling.
I go through phases. Because there's a lot of things I'd rather eat
What's up?
in the morning.
Hi, sweetie. You lay down?
Man, it is really sweet.
Good boy.
Like, ooh.
Good boy.
Occasionally you get the ones that are still above the milk.
Yeah.
And like,
Sweetheart, this is yogurt, and it has lemon. You would hate it.
I'm really looking forward to the coffee. Holy Jesus.
Are you struggling?
I'm almost there. Also, thank y'all for the train. I started the stream and I'm like, I gotta eat this cereal, but also it gets soggy. This is my last bite. I like sugar. Mm-hmm. Which might be obvious, but even for me, like that's a very sweet cereal. Like, that's a very... It has a pretty good taste though. And it does taste faintly like oatmeal cream pies. Mm-hmm. Oh my god. This is great. I'm just coating the inside of my mouth with black coffee. Oh, okay. All right, I feel better. Granted, what a terrible product. I mean, crispy oatmeal puffs with a cream coat. I don't feel like this is gonna stick around.
Oh no.
There's occasionally, you know, cereals that come on the market, and then it's around for a little bit, then disappears. I think this is probably not going to be around forever.
Nuts?
That might be nuts. There's also all sorts of fun facts on the back. Okay, I'll read some alerts and then we'll come back to the fun facts on the back of the cereal box, because that sounds enjoyable. How often do we read the back of cereal boxes? Not often. Breakfast and education. All right. We had some gift subs here. Jared Dillon gifted 5 subs to the Lewis Dragoon, Fire Starox, Lord Sirius Non-Nemo, Demonized 2034, and CJ Barn. Jared, thank you. I'm realizing how dirty my glasses are.
The cleaner's right there.
Where?
On the coffee table where it always is.
I can't see it.
I can't reach it because I have Kepler. You know the rules in this house.
And so do I. Give me a minute. They're really bad. I didn't realize they were that bad when I was looking at the cereal. We have 2 months at tier 3 Platinum Toast from Jam Mees. Thank you, Jam. Wait, it's James. James. It's pronounced James. J-A-A-M-M-E-E-Z. It's James.
What are you looking at, bud?
It took me a minute, but my brain clicked.
Do you see something?
Okay, here's what I'm gonna have you. Here's what I'm gonna have you do.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna have you read.
Uh-huh.
Just a few while I make it
Okay.
where I can read in the first place. James says yes. I got you.
We have a subscription from Zodiac 420.
Welcome.
Night City resubbed at 22 months. There's a 15-month resub from Summer Essentia, and a 12-month resub from Solo Racing 62. Clap, clap, clap. It's 12-month.
Thank you. All right. I mean, okay.
Now you're good?
Yeah, I can see. It's kind of, again, and yeah, I've said it before, you don't really understand how dirty your glasses are until you're sitting in front of studio lighting.
Yes.
And the minute you do that, you're like, oh. Okay.
Where's your front arms? There's so many limbs.
Much better. 27 months from Vomikidia, 25. 4 months from Genesis. 17 months from Valhalla, 19. 300 bits of Nixelpad says, good morning, grandparents. I've been up since 6 a.m. 3 hours ago because the AC at my house is out. Luckily, people are going to be coming in an hour or so, but until then, I have a box fan in my room from Florida. I mean, running out of AC in the summer is going to be bad no matter what, but the little from Florida part adds a lot of oof.
When we were in Florida, my dad's AC was out.
You are leaving out extreme bits of information
Not
here.
all the AC. They have, like...
They have 3 units because the house is large,
Yeah.
and one of the 3 were out.
It was warmer in there.
Yeah, it was, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't inescapable. It was like, I'll walk to the other side of the house.
Yeah.
Brandon says, fortunately, the internet was intact. It technically was. It was technically working. Working.
Hi. Hi.
We got 9 months from Tiger 413.
Boy.
11 months from The Great Perhaps. 19 months from Gamer Girl 2108 from Iowa. 22 months from Mel ZD. 34 months from Alextra 33. 18 months from
done.
Layla 3. No, he's not done. He just
wanted to change.
he's redoing his positioning. You good?
He ate. He's good now.
We haven't let him into the bedroom in like 2.5 months, 3 months. But he's been doing really good. He doesn't misbehave or anything until it's more like when it's morning time and the alarm normally goes off. That's when he starts to be like, hey.
Get up.
And the idea was never to keep him from like being in the bedroom ever again. It was just that he was waking us up in the middle of the night because when his food thing got all screwed up, I was feeding him whenever. So it seemed better. So I was like, you know what? We could probably let him back into the bedroom now. We could probably let him sleep on the bed.
Because he likes to sleep on the bed. And he's all alone outside in the rest of the house.
Yeah. So what we decided to do is 2 nights ago we let him into the bedroom. And he gets in there and he gets, you know. Thank you, Hurley. We put him on the bed and he sleeps on the bed. And he just is good.
Uh-huh.
And then for both of the last nights, at almost exactly 5:50 a.m., like really specifically this very specific time, he wakes up, he jumps off of the bed, he goes down to where the wires are
For your phone.
on where my phone is, sitting on the nightstand. And then he does the threatening the cud chewing sound that he does when he's hungry. He doesn't do it all the time, but he'll do this where he's not actually chewing a cable, but like it's like a threat of like, I might chew this cable.
He'll do it next to the cable. Like he'll reach his head out like, I'm gonna do it, and he does the
So
chewing motion.
after having been good for 6 hours and everything's fine, at this very specific time, jumps off of the bed, goes down under the bed where the wires are, and starts doing this sound. And I'm like, what are you doing? If you could be good for, whatever, 2.5 more hours.
That's when the scoop goes off.
Well, he gets a scoop at 6:30.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm still trying to figure this out because, like, I don't want him to be alone in the living room. You know, like it can be fine, but he enjoys the bed, and he's always been so good. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do. My thinking is I'm gonna keep letting him in the room to see exactly what happens, but it's been 2 nights in a row of this very specific time. So if that keeps happening, I'm thinking about weighting his food earlier. So if he's doing this thing at 5:50, then like what if he got a scoop at 5:30, and then he got another scoop at like 7, and he got a little more food earlier in the morning before we woke up, and that might help, and then he would just get a little less food throughout the day. It's possible. And like, yeah,
what about spreading what he already gets throughout the night?
Yeah, I'm not saying giving him extra food.
I'm saying even further throughout the night. Like, take the 24-hour clock and divide it by how many meals he gets.
Well, because that feeder can only give a certain amount. You can't go less than a tablespoon.
I know. He gets how many meals right now? 3 wet and how many tablespoons? Whatever he gets.
Sure.
And take that and divide it by 24 hours. Put the wet food while we're awake. And then it's the same amount of meals. It's just
completely spread out. Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, he sleeps with us from 12 to 6. There's 6 hours where he's not doing anything.
Yeah.
He's just resting on the bed. So like, he probably doesn't need food going off all the time. Anyway, that's where we're at. So, finally letting him back in, and he's good for most of the night, but we'll see. I don't want a future in which he's never allowed to sleep on the bed, because for years he did it just fine, and him and Sagan both, like, they were allowed in there. They were good. They were good until morning. So I gotta figure it out.
You put this on the coffee table.
Huh?
You said this on the coffee table?
Yeah. Anyway, I was reading. 27 months from Ember Lara. 33 months from Renee. Thank you, Renee. 20 months from DC Racer. 20 months also from Sakura Celica. 10 months from Lilac Olaguchi. 200 bits from Super Nerd Gavin. 5 months from The Slick Dude. 9 months from Smash Bryman. 29 months from Min Panda 33. Facebook said maybe use the clicker again. Well, I mean, we do, but like, he's real foolhardy. The clicker works really well in getting him to stop meowing. It doesn't work that well in getting him to stop doing the chewing thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, I don't know why one would do one and one would do the other, but like, he'll kind of double down on the chewing thing a little bit. Be like, what are you gonna do? Click me? But the clicking will stop the meowing.
Yeah.
So it's like, which one do you want to deal with? Like, if he's outside of the door, he'll meow. He doesn't meow until morning. But if he's inside, he chews the cud, it sticks. It's very strange.
Coffee!
Anyway. Bob, I'm glad you've been watching for a long time. And it is a little different live. Let's see, 300 bits from Am in Iowa with the haha ball. Star Rain. That looks like the ball that falls.
I think it is.
Okay. Is it haha because the angle that Twitch gave us for the New Year's stream?
Maybe.
We were just... Our friend has an apartment near Times Square, and we just shot out the window, and that's what it looked like. Vegetable Sorbet gifted 3 subs to Night Owl 20, Pokemon Princess 98, and Yuka 0022. Appreciate that. 7 months at Tier 2, Gold Toast from Radio Dread. 300 Bits from Satsy says, got a bit of a heat wave going this week in the UK. I've had to vacate to another room, and it's worst because, of course, this house has giant windows.
Oh.
I'm sorry. Stay cool as you can. Have cold drinks.
Wet towel on your neck is good.
Or that. Mm-hmm. Paper doesn't do enough.
Oh.
Whenever I think of the UK, I think of people drinking hot drinks. Just tea. Which is an extremely narrowing stereotype. Be like, that's all they drink? I don't know if they have any other liquids there. It's just hot drinks. But also, Miss Etsy says, also we don't have AC.
That's common for there, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's been a problem. That's been a problem in so many places too, because we've been reading crazy stories about different places. I mean, across the world, especially like there's been quite a few stories coming out of Canada that have dealt with a heat wave that has done
Washington, Oregon.
Yeah, it's just done all sorts of bad. So if you are experiencing a heat wave, no matter where you are, do your best to stay cool. And this too shall pass. What month are we in? July.
July.
But we're getting near the end of July. Mm-hmm. Is July the hottest month? August?
I feel like August. For us, normally
for Myrtle
is
Beach,
August.
For Myrtle Beach, usually August is hotter. So there's a little more heat coming. Maybe the heat wave part, the bad heat wave will start ending. I'm with Renee. I'm ready for fall.
Yeah.
The thing I miss the most is Mao and I would regularly take a few walks every week. We would just walk the neighborhood or something just to get some exercise. And, like, you can't do it.
No.
If you're willing to wake up at the crack of dawn, maybe. And in August, you probably can't do it at all. But, like, it sucks, because that's what I want to do, is I just want to walk a little bit. Yeah. And I like summer, but...
Evenings at the beach would be better.
Huh?
At the beach in the evening would be fine. Like, sunset.
I mean, yeah, but the problem is then you gotta get in the car.
And go to the beach.
You have to drive to the beach.
And you have to be full of, like, sand all over your legs and feet, and...
It sucks. It's fine. Maybe at some point we'll do it. Maybe we'll try to make it like a once-a-week thing instead of multiple times a week. Because it's a lot easier to walk the neighborhood than it is to walk the beach, but... Anyway. 21 months from Pink XX Kiss. 300 bits from Danny X6 with the Chris... I'm just going to say Nervous Yoshi. Nervous Yoshi story. 300 bits Maldo says, can't wait for Steven to try Sour Patch Kid cereal because of course that's a thing that exists.
I don't like that.
Is it sour? I mean, it feels like it should be. It's in the title. But, like, I've never had a sour cereal. I've never heard of that existing. It's got to be sour plus milk. No thanks. It is at first, then it's sweet.
Yeah.
Andy, I guess you have to try it and find out. I mean, like, I like sour stuff, but I can't imagine that for breakfast. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I don't. No. It's either got to be sweet or it's got to be hearty. Like Mount Summit. Morning Summit. I like how you gave me the answer and my brain still had not picked up what you said. It was like summit time. Climbing up the mountain. There's also Sour Patch Kids ice cream. Tropical Freeze, please. Is Hardee's cheeseburger cereal real? That's no. Hardee's does not have a cereal. Whew. But you can't be sure in this day and age. You really can't. Like, you read that and you're like... Yet. Also, shout out to Hardee's. I hope they're doing all right. 500 bits from Radio Dread. Getting on the hype train today. On the hype train too. I got my first jab today.
Yay!
Nice. I hope the arm soreness is minimal.
Yeah.
If at all. I had a little arm soreness. It was just a little bit. Jess said, based on the last Hardee's I was in a decade ago, they are not.
The one in North Myrtle closed.
Yeah, they're really good at doing that. Oh, did I tell you? No, I didn't tell you. When we were driving on 95.
Yeah.
We saw an ad for a real life, still functional Shoney's. And I wanted to stop. I told Mao if we saw a ad for Fazoli's, we were going. But we
saw Perkins.
But we never saw one.
Next time we go to Florida, we're going to Perkins. Or Wisconsin.
Yeah, I have good memories of Hardee's. Hardee's breakfast. Really liked Hardee's breakfast. Their whole phase where they're like, burgers cost $1 million, but ours is just $6, so we called it the $6 burger. It's the largest burger. Men, do you need a burger real big? Could do without. But the breakfast, I always really liked the breakfast. They had good breakfast. The apple cinnamon raisin biscuit. That is good.
Didn't they have like a thing
Good
where
stuff.
like every day a different breakfast thing would be $1?
Maybe.
Because when I was teaching, my first year teaching, every Friday, my coworker would bring in $1 biscuit sandwiches for like the related arts team of PE, music, and art. And she would just hand me a biscuit, and like some weeks it was sausage and some weeks it was bacon, like a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, here you go. And like she did that all school year, and I was just like,
It's really nice.
this is making my Friday.
Renee says, why men? What if women want a big burger? Not at Hardee's, apparently. Hardee's advertising for I'd say a brief period, but it's really a few years. So like they went really hard on like the macho man, construction worker, physical labor aesthetic. It was really bizarre. Like all of the commercials were also kind of gross because it was always like there was like imagery of women and imagery of burgers, but like the burgers were always like dripping. There was drippings, and I'm like, I don't want
To eat a messy burger?
I don't want drippings. If you haven't seen any of these ads, don't.
You just need to watch the Wendy's hot drinks training video.
That is worth watching. Yeah, it was.
Wendy's coffee tastes so fine.
I can't guarantee it does. I don't know that I've ever had a coffee from Wendy's.
I know I haven't.
If I imagine it in my head, I'm like, I don't think it's going to be very good. But that was also made at a time when there was not as many, like, coffee places. I don't think Starbucks had taken off. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? I'll get on to another restaurant soon. 21 months from Nixelpad. 21 months also from Comic Queen 96. We'll get 100 bits from Icona 18. 100 bits from Adrian Kell. And 100 bits from Chaz. I know that guy. 12 months. Hold on. From Blue Sonic. That's a year. 300 bits from Colin, who says, hype clown.
Sorry, Kepler has my hand.
You just holding your hand. He's a good boy. 300 from Comic Queen says, it's my son Maxwell's birthday today. Happy birthday, Maxwell. I hope that your day is special and good and filled with sweets, which may or may not be of the oatmeal cream pie variety. Oatmeal cream pies themselves, like the actual thing, they're great.
Oh, I'd rather have any other Little Debbie snack. Zebra cakes, though?
You would choose... What is, by comparison, a literal garbage product? Zebra cakes...
Zingers? Oh, Zingers. Those
most
were a
Little
family
Debbie
favorite.
things taste like they were made in a factory.
Yeah.
Oatmeal cream pie is like one of the things where I'm like, this was lovingly
Raspberry
made by
Zingers.
Debbie. Debbie makes them herself, one by one.
Are they decoy? My dad worked for Hostess at one point in his life. So we had a lot of those.
Anyway, zebra cakes are fine. But like, Lord of mercy, I'm like, nah, there's better Little Debbie things. When I was a kid, you know what I got a lot of actually is the honey buns.
The cupcakes with the perfect chocolate top and the white swirl.
Oh my god, Nutty Bars! Ooh.
I can't have those,
Ooh,
that's why.
yeah, well, then you are not eligible to have an opinion. Ooh, God, Nutty Bars are good.
Cosmic brownies, though?
I haven't had it. No.
Oh, I haven't thought of Star Crunch in ages on brown.
No. Star Crunch is okay. And Cosmic Brownies are fine, but they're just brownies. Nutty Bar. Now, a Nutty Bar you can't make from no box mix. You can make a better Cosmic Brownie, you just buy a box mix. But you can't just make a Nutty Bar. Oh my god, a Nutty
You
Bar.
could. You make the wafer.
If you're a chef, you can't mix up a box mix for Nutty Bars. It's impossible. How do you even do... What's even it? It's like a wafer? Oh my god, this is already too hard. Where do you buy wafers?
You make them.
Oh my god.
They're bread.
Just stop. I can't. Anyway, happy birthday, Maxwell. 27 months from Shy. 6 months from Crescent Gaia. 300 bits from Shy says, I had an interview for a new job on Friday, and I'm going to have a follow-up interview this week. Hopefully all goes well. Wish me good vibes. Oh, good verbs. Wish me good verbs. That's what it is, right? I mean, if it's like for like a writing position, then yeah, I do wish you good verbs. I wish you the best verbs and some good adjectives. Maybe some nouns. What's the one that everyone missed that day in school? Adverbs. You don't really know what an adverb is. You just know it ends in ly and you don't know anything else about it. So just all words that end in ly, you're like, that's an adverb. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Coffee.
You almost want more cereal, don't you?
No. I'm good, thanks.
245 bits from Lola Loves Peaches. Me too. 23 months from Decoy Troy. 300 bits from Macintosh PC. Morning, grandparents. A friend of mine is in Myrtle Beach for the week, and I'm trying to give her ideas on what to do. Please help. She's already been to the Gay Dolphin. Gay Dolphin's a good stop.
Yeah.
It's
Souvenir shop.
It's a souvenir shop, but it's been there for a long time. It has historical value.
Yeah.
Other things to do in Myrtle Beach, rattling things off. Pirate's Voyage is good. I mean, it really is good if you want a dinner show.
Yeah.
Player's Choice.
Player's choice. Mini golf.
Yeah, well, I mean, mini golf is literally everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you can't not do... you can't not do mini golf. It's all around you. You can go to the beach.
Skywheel.
If you like shopping, there's so many outdoor shopping centers. Because
Yeah.
there's Broadway, which is where we shot most of the Earthbound public stunt videos. There's also Barefoot,
There's 2 Tanger outlets.
Market Common,
And
there's a lot of good places to eat at all of these. Umbology says, do you have a favorite mini golf course? That's a good question.
I do.
Is it Mount Atlanticus?
No, that's not my favorite.
Oh, really?
I know where it is on the map,
Yeah.
but I don't remember the name of it ever.
It's not Mount Atlanticus.
No, it's not Mount Atlanticus.
Mount Atlanticus is really good.
It is.
Um,
I'm just saying I have a favorite.
I like... So
Treasure Island mini golf is my favorite. It's over by the melting pot. We've done it a few times. It's the one we did for the very first mini golf video.
Okay. I mean, there's some that are definitely better than others.
Yeah.
As a general rule, I mean, you can check like Google reviews or whatever, but you can also just look from the highway, be like, does that look big and interesting? It probably is.
Some of them are big and boring, though.
Okay.
The
Well, then
one up
read the
by
Google
Bonefish and North Myrtle, that one's real boring.
Yeah,
That has
one.
the pirate show.
Yeah,
that
one's
one's
bad.
boring.
That one's bad. Dakota Troy says, do you usually go back to places you've gone before? Or do you try to always go to a new place? Oh, I don't know that there is any new places.
It depends for mini golf. Like, there's a lot of mini golf we haven't done. Yes. Yes, there is.
Well, maybe. I played a lot of courses. Mal doesn't even know how much mini golf we played when I was young. So I've played a lot of them. There's still courses somewhere in Myrtle Beach I haven't played, but it may have just been the thing where I haven't played it in a long time.
Yeah. If we're with some people who have never been here, though, we normally take them to Mount Atlanticus, Minotaur.
Yeah.
Or Treasure Island.
Yeah. I really liked doing the mini golf series, like whenever people are in town and we, get to play mini golf and we record it for the channel. I love doing that.
Now we can all just use our phones because phones are fine.
Yeah. You want to know one of the issues with the phone that I realized while I've been editing some of the vlogs where I've been shooting a lot on the phone?
Yeah.
Is that the phone does not have any sort of lens hood.
Yes.
And what you get is really bad flaring outside. Which, of course you would, but it's something that you don't really think about. And I bet when you're doing a photo, there's probably software that works on removing it, but when you're doing a video, there's not. So,
Did you know we have new roller coasters down...
Not cinematic.
By the Skywheel?
No?
There's one that has a very brand new type of roller coaster cart that's brand new that debuted at, a roller coaster conference, and they brought it here, and it's, the first place it is. And it's called the Hamster Wheel, I think. And, it looks like an upright donut, and it spins on the track as it goes through.
Okay.
You know, across from the Skywheel where they have, the slingshot?
Yeah.
They basically turned all of that into a very tiny theme park. And there's a roller coaster now and some other stuff.
Okay.
The whole train for the roller coaster is 3 of those and then a few regular carts in the same train. It's Fun in the Sun theme park or something. I think that's what they named it.
Is it if the cart of the roller coaster is a hamster ball, the roller coaster can't be that complex.
It's very tiny.
It's got to be what's the mouse ones? The Crazy Mouse roller coasters? It can't be any bigger than that, right? Because it feels like the cart, it would be unsafe or something. I mean, I don't know.
Funplex Amusement Park. What is this? Fun in the Sun roller coaster. That's what it is. Sun Myrtle Beach roller coaster.
Also, I would never in a million years get on a slingshot. I would never do it. You couldn't pay me any amount of... That is not what I envisioned in my head. That is not at all what I was thinking.
The ones in the back spin this way, I think.
What on earth?
Let me find a better photo. You see, that's the little theme park.
Find a better photo.
I will. Is that a good photo?
I'm trying to understand how this... So the cart just... Inside just does
You know,
this?
a hamster wheel or like a cat wheel.
I understand a hamster wheel.
The whole thing does this. Like as they go...
So the carts inside kind of sway.
Oh, they sway, but they also go all the way around.
Oh, they go all... What? Non-stop?
I don't know. I haven't
You
seen
die!
a video of it.
We have to show them a picture.
I found a photo of it on the track.
Okay. Yeah, you can't... You would die, man. You would die.
Okay. I posted it for mods.
Yeah, I want to see... What I want to see is a video of this.
So
the
you
carts,
can see the hamster wheel ones here. The whole thing rotates.
You can just say right. On the right are the hamster wheel ones. On the left...
They spin like a Lazy Susan.
Yeah. So you're trying to tell me that the hamster wheel ones...
Go upside down.
The carts inside would just...
People. Yeah. I saw it on the news, and then I searched the roller coaster and saw the roller coaster conference, and there was a video of someone on it.
Have we went too far?
They don't go like real fast. It's like
has humanity just... Have we just made...
they like rock a little bit, and then sometimes they get enough momentum to go all the way around.
Yeah, I would not physically fit in there, for one, but... Oh! I have no interest to subject myself to that in any way whatsoever. Good lord. So what is the name of this thing?
The coaster is Fun in the Sun Coaster.
Fun in the Sun Coaster.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to read more about it. Has anyone ever done the slingshot, though? Has anyone,
I haven't.
Well, no. Do people know what the slingshot is? They're everywhere. It's a common thing where it's like...
The two...
It's like you got two big rods, and they put you in a little seat, and it gets pulled down, and then it just launches, and you fly up super, super high, and then you bounce between these two poles, and it's like 10 stories in the air or taller. Yeah, anyway, I hate that. Yeah, it's called slingshot because it looks like a slingshot. We have one in Myrtle Beach. Mrs. Lively says, I have, and I cried.
Oh.
I feel like if I did, I would also cry.
Yeah.
So, solidarity there. The way they do them now is that there's a little GoPro, and they, like, film it.
Yeah.
And then when you're done, you can, like, buy the video. I'm like, I don't know, man. If you're subjecting me to this torture, if I'm already paying to get on the ride, I feel like the video of me screaming should be free. Shouldn't have to pay for that. Where was I? 300 bits from Wildfire 972 with the SCMJ face star rain. 32 months from Jizak. 300 bits from Leaf, who says, it may be uncomfortably hot where I live, but that won't stop me from wearing my hoodie almost everywhere I go. It's really a lifestyle. It's really a lifestyle.
It's gonna be hoodie weather soon.
It's hoodie weather now, if you stay in the house. 29 months from Dark Nature XD. 100 bits from Drapidius Bidoof. 300 from Danny. It says, my favorite breakfast stream trope. Stephen rambling, Little Debbie makes these by hand, and Mal continues a separate conversation simultaneously. You know how long it took her to make every piece of cereal in here? It is really disappointing when they put these on the box and they're just little turds. Like, if they somehow managed to make them look just like this, that would be so much cooler. I haven't forgotten. We're going to read the back of the box, I promise. 300 bits from Shy, who says, reminds me of those jokes with those giant Goliath burger challenges that put the photo on the wall. You have giant men that try and fail, then a tiny woman who looks like she can't physically displace that much food comes in and destroys it. I mean, it's true. Size doesn't really have a effect on metabolism and being able to do the food. The guys that do the hot dog eating contest every year, those guys are tiny. I I mean, they're not big guys, but they can eat however many hot dogs. Any more than like 3 to 4 hot dogs is like, it's too many hot dogs, and they eat like 100. So, please do not the food.
Coffee.
Shout out to Joey Chestnut. Is Joey Chestnut bigger? I don't remember. There's like there's a Japanese guy, and I can't remember his name, but I know that he's been in some of the tournaments and stuff.
Oh,
just remember from it's not like a thing that you look forward to when you're in childhood. It's just occasionally it's on the television. Kobayashi, is that his name? Yeah. So I don't remember all these people's names. I just know that they eat the hot dogs, and when it's on, you watch it. You know what I mean? If it's on the television,
I've never watched
you don't
it.
turn. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Some people can't. Some people
No,
start
I
watching
can't.
it and they're like, I can't. The minute they dunk the bread into the water, they're done. But I've always found it very interesting. Corkay says, I physically cannot. Fair. It's completely fair. You good boy? Huh? Me? Yeah, I'm good. Did I tell you that I was almost in a pizza eating contest once? Wait, I was in a different one. There was one that ironically, a fella named Joey. Me and him were going to enter a pizza eating contest, and then we ended up not doing it. But I forgot, we did one. Me and Jeff tried to eat the pizza.
Chaz and I tried.
The pizza was free if you tried. So Chaz and Mao got free pizza. Me and Jeff were like, we were in it to win it, but we couldn't do it. Hi, bud. And in my mind, I was like, this is nothing against Jeff, but in my mind, I was like, I can eat more and faster than Jeff. I was incorrect. And Jeff wasn't outpacing me by a lot. It was close, but I was definitely finishing up my first piece while he was getting started on his second piece, and I was thinking, I really thought I was going to be able to do this fast. But it's not like I trained. It was just like, I've eaten a pizza before. Put me in, coach. And it was much harder than I thought. And the two guys that came dressed as Mario and Luigi friggin' destroyed the thing. And I was like, I couldn't have never, ever competed. If I would have known that we didn't have a chance because these guys were going to be like this, I would have taken my time. Where was I? I've eaten a single pizza in my life. I've got this, Jeff. That's the thing, though. Like, neither Jeff nor myself are competitive eaters. But it's like, certainly, you know. And then
Weren't there also breadsticks?
Were there breadsticks? Yeah, I think
Chaz
so.
will remember.
I think there were. And then no one says, "Is this on the vlog?" It is. It is. Someone will find the vlog and post
There were
it.
breadsticks. Okay.
Yeah, we film it. So if you've ever been like, I want to watch Steven and Jeff force pizza into their mouths, I've got good news.
Brandon was trying. There are so many pizza vlogs.
What year is it? Oh, I don't even know the year, actually. We've been there so many times.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was on a trip to or from Wisconsin.
That does not narrow it down by year at all.
18?
No, before that.
17?
Definitely before that. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna keep reading. Oh, Chaz found it. I fell off a cliff in a flaming ambulance. Oh, you know, a common title for a pizza eating vlog. I know exactly what that's referencing to. It's a good vlog. 8 months from Halpondo. 300 bits from Goldmage. It says, hey, just wanted to say thanks for your entertainment/distraction this morning. Went to bed last night with a sudden headache, then developed chills and a still climbing fever. Already vaccinated, but getting COVID tested after the stream. Well, I'm glad you're already vaccinated, because that'll help no matter what the outcome is. But still, good vibes, because that sucks.
Yeah.
That totally sucks. Feel better, Gold Mage. Rest up, drink liquids, and Just take it easy as best you can. And we will continue to do our best to distract you. One distraction, if you haven't seen it, would be that pizza vlog. Or it'll gross you out. I don't know. We're forcing pizza into our mouths very quickly. Could be a good distraction. We got 2 months from Mrs. Lively 1993. Thank you. 17 months from Just KJB. 34 months from Crunchy Face. 7 months from Markster. And 300 bits from Ikaboo says, good morning. Sent in my haircut song yesterday. It was lots of fun to record. Can't wait to hear everyone else's songs. Actually, it's a good reminder. If you haven't seen it, we're doing a community project. I'm calling it a community project because it's a project and it involves the community. Where folks can record a hair-related song and submit it, and it could potentially be used in an upcoming vlog. I'm getting a haircut soon. Really soon. Jacebook says, when is the deadline? I put in the description of that vlog the end of July, so you have like 10 days or something, which I thought was probably enough time for everyone. It really shouldn't take all that long. Like, if you're going to do a full song, then it will obviously take you longer. But if you're only trying to do like 2 to 4 lines, if you're trying to come up with like a fun chorus or something like that, like coming up with the chorus and then downloading a song and then mixing it together should only take like an hour or two, I would assume. So, make a thing. The rules are in that vlog. You have to use something from the YouTube audio library, which is a bit of a bummer for some musicians. But you just have to understand that from my point of view, I have to make sure that the music is cleared. It can very quickly become an absolute nightmare if I don't know that. So that's why I need people to use the audio library. And then for folks who aren't musicians, it's a godsend because you don't have to do music. You're like, oh, cool, I can just pick out a track. So it works out really well for those folks. First off, it's just, I'll forget.
You will.
Beans. Patreon.com/StephenGeorge or Malmix. Thank you. Now, I'm going to read the back of the box.
Look, crunch. There's a word search.
First off, on the back is an illustration of Little Debbie, who never ages. She's still like 8. How old is Little Debbie? She's got to be older than 8.
I don't know.
The logo hasn't changed since the 50s or whatever it was. She's probably pretty old. Hi, it's me, Little Debbie, with big news. Kellogg put all the delicious flavor of my oatmeal cream pies into a crispy, crunchy, great-tasting cereal. Okay. There's a picture of Little Debbie on the back, handing out snacks. It looks like it was taken in the 1950s. She's wearing the stuff, though. Like, it's actually kind of wild. She's got the hat on.
And the blue plaid?
I can't show you this because it's so small you'll never be able to see it. Let's see. Oh, hold on. There's National Oatmeal Day. You know when National Oatmeal Day is? It's coming up. It's October 29th. Did you know... Did you know that... Oh, this could be fun. This could be like a little quiz. More oats are grown in what state than anywhere else in the U.S.? First person to answer correctly.
It's probably part of the Midwest.
We're looking for a state. Crescent Gaia, it's Iowa. More oats are grown in Cedar Rapids, Iowa than anywhere else in the U.S. Neat. Hold on, there's more. It's time for a little giggle, because we have a joke here. Why did the cookie cry. Sorry, the answer's upside down. Wait, what?
Read it out loud. You'll get it.
Because his mother was a wafer so long. Oh, a way for... I read it and it was like his mother was a wafer for so long. And I was like, my brain was like, his mother was a wafer? And I'm like, and his father smelled of elderberries? Decoy Troy with the boo! It's good emote. Hold on, there's more. The very first Little Debbie bakery was in Collegedale, Tennessee. And they're still baking. Oh, here's a fun little little tidbit. The very first oatmeal cream pies sold for how much each?
Nickel.
Yes. Okay. There's another quiz. Which came first? Can you guess when each Little Debbie snack was introduced compared to these popular everyday things? We should run polls. We should run polls for these. The first one, Chaz is like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, no, it's great. What came first? The cassette tape or the oatmeal cream pie? What came first? Chaz is drinking now. It's 10 a.m. I actually don't know. Hold on. Answer's on the bottom. Okay. While the cassette tape was made a long time ago, in 1962, the oatmeal cream pie predates it by 2 years because it was made in 1960. Don't worry, if you blew the first one, there's a chance at redemption. I'm going to finish this quiz, so just strap in. Next up, which of these came first? The ATM or Nutty Buddy wafer bars?
Bless you, Taco Bell.
Thank you, Adrian. 1962 was indeed a long time ago. The birth of both cassette tapes as well as
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Also, we had 666 bits from Marty Griffith says, WTF did I come into and why am I not surprised? You know what to expect. All right, are you ready? You ready for this answer? While the ATM is pretty old, being invented in 1967, my apologies to any older viewers watching, the Nutty Buddy wafer bars predate the ATM because, like the oatmeal cream pie, they were also invented in the year 1960. But wait, there's more!
Coffee.
Which came first? Email or Swiss rolls? Which could it be? Is it electronic mail? Or is it Swiss rolls? Vote now. Now, while email is old, it might be older than you suspect. Did you know that email is 50 years old? Email debuted in 1971. That's pretty old. However, after taking a deal with the devil to become eternal, Little Debbie Swiss rolls, like the Nutty Buddy wafer bars and oatmeal cream pies before them, were made in 1960. Our food is ancient and powerful. All right. Are you guys ready for the final one? There's still one more. You were thinking, there can't possibly be more than 3. You're wrong. There were 300 bits from Red Fury Prime with just salt. And then 400 bits from Marty Griffith says, Mel, are you okay? Blink twice for help. Shh. Don't look. Shh. Let me read this. All right. This counts for 5 points. So if you've done really bad up to this point, don't worry. You can bring it all home right now. Which came first? Was it the camera phone? Or was it Cosmic, registered trademark, brownies? How did they get a registered trademark for the word cosmic? The camera phone, that's a phone with a camera in it. Or cosmic brownies from the ancient and powerful Little Debbie.
You're here. You need to be here.
Not gonna happen now, sweetheart. We're on the train to Snack Cakeville. And we ain't ever turning the train around.
You've woken up Kepler.
Chaz, I would be great if I could teach people to lie. Are you ready for the answer? Now, unfortunately, Little Debbie Snack Cake, Swiss Rolls, Nutty Buddy wafer bars, and oatmeal cream pies were invented in 1960, but our cosmic brownies are new. They were made in 1999.
Really? Come here, Kepler. I
But
know.
camera phones, the inferior product, didn't come about until a year later, 2000. So Little Debbie Snack Cakes wins again. Also, the amount of people that are going, wait, I definitely had the brownies before 1999, right? 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 The Mandela effect is strong. It's like, I definitely...
I remember them in middle school, and it would have been after 1999 for that.
Katie the one says, are we
Because I
in
turned
purgatory?
10.
Oh, God. Little Debbie has some snack cakes, and they are also good for you. They fill you with sweetness, but there's also protein too. In the cereal with 3/4 a cup of skim milk, you see.
It's the
You
skim
can
milk.
get some protein. In fact, you can get 9G. 9G is also
That's the skim milk.
9G. I know.
That's not the-
I know.
that's
All
not
the
the-
protein comes from. 9G is also the level of radio signal you pick up after you get your second dose of the vaccine.
That's grams, you know, right?
I know, but,
Okay.
but G rhymed with my rhyme. I make a song.
Except in Central Florida.
Yeah, that's what I should have done. Is before I went down to Central Florida, I should have been like, give me all of them. Put a few Modernas here and a few J&Js here. And that would have been good. I think, have we exhausted the information on the back of this? I believe, maybe. That was 7,000 bits from the Leaf 473. Says, please tell me more about the Little Debbie snack empire. The fact that you can get your protein, you can get the daily protein you need as long as you have milk.
Kids get permission before going online.
Is that the piece that we hadn't read?
Yes.
That was bits from Red Furry Prime. It says, end this, please. Don't worry. It's over. 30 bits from Capricious Collector says, I'm paying you to stop. 300 from Satsy says, Little Debbie has possessed Steven. Armor Frog gifted a sub to Little Debbie. 300 from Will Peters says, you're like a Saturday Night Live character right now. I did feel like I was creeping into Church Lady territory a little bit, which is fine by me. 300 from Sudabite. Question 4, which came first, the Cheese Hammer or Little Debbie's ascension to the status of a dark god? I feel like Little Debbie's ascension to the status of a dark god was a long time ago. All right, it's done, Beelzebub. I've hidden the bodies.
Good work, little Debbie. Now your snack cakes will be immortal.
Did you hurt your voice?
Just a little. All right, and with that, it is time for us to end. Thank you so much. A lot of people didn't know I could do that. It is time. It is time to go. I hope you all have a wonderful, fantastic Tuesday, whether or not it is filled with Little Debbie snack cakes. I, for one, am going to have a hard time getting through these because they are so ridiculously
Sweet.
sweet.
How much sugar is in that?
Several.
You're not wrong.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, 17 grams. 17 grams.
Per
serving. There are 6 servings per container, and there are 9 ounces, so a 1.5 ounces of cereal, which is not very much. 300 bits from Lost Bag Amount says, show us the word search first. I'll make you a deal. I'll take a picture of it and tweet it. So if you want to do the word search yourself, you can. That's the fun interactive parts of Breakfast Stream. Okay, that's it. Have a great one. Do we have anything to announce?
It's Tuesday.
Oh, there's a vlog that came out last night. It's just really good.
It's real funny.
It's July 8th. Please watch it. It's just good. It's really good. It's a little longer, but it's really good. God, it's funny. Highly recommend. And then, that's it.
That's it.
I don't think there's anything else to. There's
No.
just, stuff coming out. More Mario Galaxy today. Chaz has got the direct link. Yeah, that's it. All right. Have a great Tuesday. We will see you here Thursday morning at 9 a.m. for another breakfast stream with probably a lot less box reading. My name's Little Debbie, and welcome to the
Thunderdome.